we've found. So this is an old oil rig that was donated by one of the local oil companies out here to the information centre, which is the Oil and Gas Museum, and they've got it just circulating some water around there, but it shows you how it operates. Just stopped on the way out to a place called Miles, Wallumbilla. Old steam train tractor type thingy here of some description. And then over here we've got the old train station. The old fire truck in there from 1934 it says. I wonder if we can get in and have a good look. Doesn't look like too many trains go past here anymore. Their first fire engine, 1934 Chevrolet. Look at that, eh? What a beauty. Pity it's not out on display. So I just dropped in at the little Calico cottage and we've got some beautiful homemade blueberry jam here from some of the locals. And it's just some old machinery out the back. A couple of old carts, and there's an example of an old fence. Pretty painstaking way of putting up an old fence, but I guess that's what they had to do back in the late 1800s when there was no access to wire and things. It looks like an old wool press or something up the back up there. Oh look, here's the old post office box. It's always fun to come and jump out the back of some of these places and just drop in and have a look around and see what's going on. You never know. So as I was just saying, you've always got to drop into little places because you never know what's there. And here we are, we've just come into this heritage house and look what we've got. An old Ford, Model T Ford. Purchased by a bloke by the name of Sid Penrose. So this is a 1925 Model T. And then over here we've got a sulky. And the sulky was built the late 19th century. And then if we walk just around the corner, there's a little story here about Steve Hart. Steve Hart, who was a member of the Kelly gang, and it's recorded that he died at the battle at Glenrowan in 1880. Police dragged his body with Dan from the burnt inn, but apparently the bodies were charred beyond recognition, so there was never a proper inquest. So there's stories from around this area, Wallumbilla, that suggests that a hermit by the name of Harry Thompson was actually Steve Hart. He used to carry a pistol with him always, would never let anybody be behind his back, and as the story goes, old Harry Thompson could have been Steve Hart. So we've dropped into the Miles Historical Museum. It's got a whole collection of things from the past. The old rollers in there for the wringing out the sheets. The old washboards, washing machines, all the old irons down there. And we've got some old machinery here. This is an old harvester. Pretty clever the way that this must have worked. Harvesting grain or whatever. Same as this one over here. a stripper. This is from 1903, and we've got the farming equipment, braces for the horses, the neck braces for the horses there. An old sulky, plenty of sulkies out in the bush, that's for sure. Horse-drawn cart here. Must have had some goods or something in the back of it there, I guess. And we come round here for the steam train. Up onto the train station, as you do. Oh, the old ticket booth. The old Miles train station sign. All the old signals up there. Very good. Very cool. And the old steam engine. Imagine loading this up with coal, eh? Stand over there and look out and see where you're going. Primitive controls. And the old coal bin. That's what she would have looked like looking out the window. Well, we're just on our way down to Gundawindi. Going to find a nice little camp spot on the side of the river down there. We're still a couple of hours away. We're just outside of Condamine, and we saw a sign saying Calagul Lagoon. So we thought we'd pull in. So it just goes to show, folks, that you've just got to pull into these places because you just never know what you're going to find. And look at what we've found. Absolutely beautiful. Just sensational. Cracker of an evening. Hardly a breath of wind around at all. And this is just a really nice lagoon. There's fish in here. I'm going to have a bit of a crack later. I never catch anything. You can see up in the distance there is actually a big car park there for caravans with fresh water, toilets, picnic tables with barbecues. We've opted to pull in just on the edge. We've got a nice little grass spot here straight down to the water. Beautiful little grassy spot here with nobody here. So I don't know about you guys, but I'd much rather be where we are than over in there. So yeah, definitely worth a visit in here. So it's just south of Condamine in Queensland. Condamine is just outside of Miles. Here we are in the bustling town of Goondiwindi, and we're just going to go over the road here to the Victoria Hotel. It's supposed to be really nice inside, looks great from the outside. Really good looking classic old pub, that, definitely. But this place is awful lot bigger than I expected. Didn't expect it to be this big at all. Great little town. Here we are, just walking along underneath the, we'll go inside and have a bit of a look, see what it looks like inside. It's pretty nice from out here, definitely nice from out here. So this is our little camp spot that we've got set up just outside of Goondiwindi on the Jumaresk River. Bit rocky, but a bit of a clearing. Have a nice fire there. It's very green out here, lots and lots of grass. Lots of grass, which is great for all the farmers and everything. And just down over in here we've got the river, so we'll go down and have a bit of a look at the river in a sec. There's some nice little ponds there, great for swimming, really good little swimming spot. And apparently this is the best place for fishing for cod and perch in Queensland. But of course, with my fishing skills, I fish, I don't catch. I never catch anything. And if anybody comes fishing with me, they don't catch anything either. So here we are, folks, down on the edge of the Jumaresk River. As you can see, it's pretty spectacular. The Great Australian Bush, nothing quite like it. River flowing through here. Lots of birds. Hear lots of birds chirping around in the background there. We've got a nice pool here for swimming in. Van's just up there, so it's literally 50 feet to walk down to the van, down to have a swim down here. And as said before, this is the place, if you want to catch cod or perch in Queensland, this is the place to do it. Except for me. Of course, except for me. I can't catch anything. The closest I get to fish is at the fish and chip shop. But that's alright, I still enjoy sitting down on the water here, relaxing. Especially down here with all the snags. Lose a few lures, which I've already lost 2 of my best lures.
and didn't take any spare gear down with me because I forgot to take my snap swivels and scissors and things, so that was the end of that. But I might have another go very shortly. But as you can see, truly spectacular. So definitely do yourself a favour, folks, as the old saying goes, and if you're out this way, come to the camps. This one's called Yellowbank. You can find it on the maps, Wikicamp and Maps Australia. Easy drive in, not far off the road, and it's definitely well worth it. So come down to the edge of the river to have a bit of a fish, try and get a cod or something, but knowing my luck I won't, I never catch fish. Ask anybody that goes fishing with me, I'm a jinx when it comes to fishing. So I just bought another lure from old mate in town. He reckons this one's the gun run at the moment. This actual coloured lure caught a couple of cod on the weekend, so I thought I'd give that a go. And he reckons that the old purple's pretty hot in this river as well. So I've got a purple rattle diver, and I've also got a spinner with purple tints to it. So I'll give them a go, see what happens. But if I don't catch anything, it doesn't matter because it's a beautiful spot. Fantastic. Great to just be able to come out here and do this sort of thing. And there's no one else here. We're just crossing from Queensland into New South Wales at Goondiwindi. Well, we're halfway. The caravan's in Queensland and the car's in New South Wales. Welcome to New South Wales. There you go. So you can tell we're definitely in cotton country. I don't know if you can see on the edge of the road, but there's cotton everywhere. Now this cotton actually doesn't come from the fields. It comes flying off the trucks when they're bringing all the cotton from the cotton farms. They're rolled up in big bales, but there's still an awful lot of cotton on the edge of the road. So here we are at the McIntyre Cotton Gin. We'll just have a look and see how they transport all this cotton around and how much cotton there actually is. Unbelievable the amount of cotton. So for those of you who aren't familiar how they transport the cotton, once it gets rolled into these big rolls over in the big factory out the back there, it gets put on these road trains. And as you can see, there's a few road trains there, and then in the background there's just rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls. This whole paddock over here is just full, millions maybe. There is so much cotton. It is such a huge industry. You can tell why it's so powerful. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. There's acres and acres and acres of yellow and pink rolls of cotton sitting in that paddock out the back. What an industry. And of course another little gem around these parts, which is definite must that you've got to drop in and check these places out. They're the artesian baths, spread from pretty well Walgett, Lightning Ridge, Mungandai. We're here at Moree. They go down to Narrabri around there. So all around the area there's these beautiful hot pools. Some of them get really hot, up to 60 degrees. This one in here, 39 degrees. Really, really good for the old body. Great for a half-hour stop en route. Obviously we can't show you inside. No filming inside pools, especially for middle-aged 50-year-old grey-headed blokes. Looks a bit sus. But as you can see here, they've just got get the idea. It's the hot water coming out of the artesian basin. And you can see it's bore water because of the
staining that it's making. But these minerals are supposed to be really, really good for the body. And I'll tell you what, that half-hour little dip, I feel really good. Ready to get it back on the road for another couple of hours. So our last night for this trip, we're staying in Curlewis at the commercial hotel behind me here. They've got a free camp next door, nice big block of grass, not muddy, well mown. Come in here tonight and have a beer and a chicken schnitzel, I think. Another great little pub just off the road, just south of Gunnedah. So you got to drop in and support these little places. Definitely if they put on free camping, can't beat it. So we're out at the commercial hotel, just outside of Gunnedah, and we're keeping the bar open. Now last night, old mate here, he's keeping the bar open for us. As you can see, they've packed everything up. Old Bunnies is waiting for it. It's 16.6, mate. What's going on?
Howdy, howdy.
Yeah, got the shirt. Yeah.
$130 farm trip. Farm trip. We love
That's
you.
it.
We love you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
So, great old pub.
doesn't make much money out of it, unfortunately.
And old mate here's loving it.
I'm loving it. Always love it.
So why aren't we in any hurry to go to Thredbo?
Because it's absolutely pouring with rain.
So here I am, sitting out on the balcony, having a beer.